Hello, everyone. Welcome to our HME Insights webinar, Drive-Through Tech FAQs, answering the top 10 questions. Today, our speakers are Rhonda Utley, Customer Success Supervisor, and Karina, Technical Support Specialist. I'm going to walk you through the agenda today. So we've got those 10 topics that we're going to cover. First, how to properly clean and sanitize your equipment. Next, we'll review how to maintain your headset batteries. Next, we'll walk you through how do I adjust the volume level on my drive-through system. The fourth topic is what do I do if I have a blank timer screen? We'll go over HME equipment factory warranty. We'll also discuss how to create an RMA label for shipping and repairs. Then we'll talk about where you can purchase more batteries, headsets, and other accessories. We'll walk you through HME Cloud roles and permissions. Then we'll talk a little bit about HME Cloud reports. And then finally, we'll discuss our training portal where you can find more training material. So I'm going to hand it over to Karina to get us started.
Thanks, Rhonda. I'll kick us off with one of the most common questions we get. What's the right way to clean your drive-through equipment? The biggest thing to remember is that less is more when it comes to cleaning solutions. Harsh cleaners can damage the equipment, so we always recommend sticking with alcohol-based options, either disinfectant wipes or a solution of 50 to 70% isopropyl alcohol applied to a microfiber cloth. A couple of important do's and don'ts. Always power the equipment off by removing the battery before cleaning. Never spray anything directly onto the device. And your wipe or cloth should be damp but not wet. Remember, moisture is the enemy of electronics. Following these steps keeps the equipment clean, safe, and performing the way it should. Next up is battery maintenance, another topic that comes up constantly because it has such a big impact on day-to-day performance. Every battery has a date code printed either on the top or the bottom right corner. It'll start with a B or a Q, followed by 2 numbers and 3 letters. The first letter isn't relevant. The numbers and letters after that tell you the manufacturer, year, and month. Batteries typically last 1 to 2 years, or about 500 charge cycles, so it's a good habit to check those dates regularly and replace anything that's out of range. Now, why does this matter? Out-of-date batteries can cause all kinds of issues, including headsets not powering on, intermittent power offs, poor or inconsistent audio quality, and lastly, reduced range inside the store. If you're seeing any of those symptoms, the battery is often the first place to look, as it is often the culprit. Another top question we hear is about adjusting volume levels. On the legacy systems, such as EOS or Ion, here's the quick path. You're going to wake up the screen by pressing any button. Then you're going to click on Menu on the bottom left. Then click Volume Adjust, also on the bottom left. And then select In/Outbound Audio on the top left. Then you'll select the audio line you want to adjust, and then use the plus and minus buttons on the bottom right to set the level. Once you've completed this, you can simply hit the back button until you see lane status at the top again. On the Nexio system, it's even simpler. You tap the volume option on the left, use the plus and minus controls for whichever audio line you need to adjust. And if you're not sure what a line controls, you can tap the eye icon for a description. And just a quick explanation of the audio definitions. The inbound audio or the customer voice is what your team hears in the headsets. The outbound audio or the order taker voice is what the customer hears at the speaker post. And then the greeter is the pre-recorded customer greeter messages that play at the speaker post. Now moving on to blank timers. Blank timer screens can be frustrating, but the fix is often straightforward. We recommend starting by checking whether the monitors have power. If there's no power, verify the outlet and the power supply. If there is power but the screen is still blank, try pressing the power button on the monitor. If nothing changes, then the next step is to power cycle the CU. That's the control unit, usually mounted near or behind the monitors. And you can see that displayed here on the left in these pictures. And then here's the quick reset process though. You'll want to start by removing the CU's power connection. It's the DCIN circular cable. Then you'll reseat the HDMI cables, which are right above the power supply. You'll wait 1 minute, then reconnect everything. You should hear a beep when the power is restored. If the CU still doesn't load after that, the issue may require replacement equipment, and that's when we recommend contacting HME Tech Support for next steps. Now, before I wrap up, let's take a moment to clarify factory warranty coverage, another frequent question. HME equipment comes with either a 2-year or 1-year factory warranty, depending on the product, and it starts from the sale or installation date. So here's the breakdown. Covered under a 2-year factory warranty are base stations, IB7000s, remote transceivers, battery chargers, headsets, Nitro CUs, and TSPs. And all other equipment falls under a 1-year factory warranty. Now, within that warranty period, you have 2 service options available, a repair or exchange. Repairs are fully covered at no cost. For exchanges, the warranty significantly reduces your cost. Non-critical items have a reduced exchange fee of $109. And critical items like base stations, chargers, and IB7000s are fully covered, meaning there's no exchange fee at all. So the warranty not only protects your equipment, but also keeps your operational costs low and predictable. And to quickly explain the difference between the 2 options, the repair is when equipment breaks. You send in the equipment, we repair it, and ship it back for a total turnaround time of 7 to 10 business days. Versus the exchange, when equipment breaks, we send you refurbished units in 2 business days, and once received, you send back your damaged equipment. And the last item I'll cover is how to create a shipping label for repairs. We offer free ground shipping labels, and you can generate them directly on our website at hme.com/QSR. You'll want to start by selecting drive-through equipment repair, send in a repair, and then you'll proceed with filling out the required store information. At the bottom, it is going to require an RMA number, which is created by HME, so you'll need to call tech support for that step. But once the form is submitted, your label will appear on the website and also be emailed to you, so you can print it from either place. And with that, I'll hand things over to Rhonda. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Karina. All right, everyone. So, in case you were not aware, HME launched an online store where you can purchase accessories and parts for your Nexio and other legacy audio systems. There's no need to call into tech support. You can order directly online for that particular accessory that you need. Some of the various items that we sell are replacement headsets, batteries, earmuffs, and battery chargers. You can just go to our store.hme.com and make your order there. You can also use that QR code on the screen to access that store and then save time and order directly from our online store. Next, we'll get into cloud and roles and permissions. So each user that has been set up within cloud, they have access and have a selected role with a selected permission. If you do not currently have access to HME Cloud and need access, please find your internal administrator that can help you get access to the system. There should be an internal contact that manages HME within your brand, and they would be the correct person to contact. If you're unaware of who that person might be, please escalate to your manager to find out who that internal admin might be. For any of the admins currently attending today's webinar, if you do need to set up a new user, you navigate to the Create User button, and then you will need to fill in all of these areas right here. Email, first and last name. You'll also need to select a role. So the screen is showing you pre-selected roles set up in the system. If you see the correct role there, go ahead and click it, and then make sure you select the stores, and then you would click save, and that user would get a link sent to them, and they would need to access it within the 24-hour period. That's just to set everybody up, and then they can make a change to their password as well. Another thing to mention is, you'd also need to manage any user that is no longer within your brand by selecting their name and then removing their access. Now, if you need to set up a new role, the system is very customizable where you're able to put in the naming convention that works and fits your business need. So what you would do is create that role. You also can put in a brief description if you are creating that new role. And then from there, you're going to select permissions. So each permission would have a particular set of items that make sense for the role. So for an admin, all of the permission levels probably make the most sense, while a store manager may have limited access where they may not be managing users, but they may be remote connecting to any of the Nexio or Nitro. Again, customizable so that you can properly set up and meet your business needs. Now let's get into cloud reports. If you have a subscription of data and hire, you will have access to the report suite in the HME Cloud. From here, you can view data or schedule reports to be sent to your email. We have a detailed webinar about HME reports that will guide you through each report and how it's useful. So that's maybe something to check out, and I'll get into that in just a moment where you can find that. There is also a user guide at the top right hand of the page that will take you to a downloadable user guide, and that can be really helpful when you're first navigating the report suite. Now we'll move on to the training portal. So if you need additional resources, you can navigate to our training portal from our cloud welcome page. Our training portal is full of educational information. We have a large number of helpful guides for your Nexio and Nitro timer. There are also instructional videos that can walk you through various steps. For instance, there's a video showing you how to navigate the touch interface. These videos are generally on the shorter side. They're about 2 to 8 minutes long, just quick bites to help walk you through each of those different processes. Additionally, we have a webinar page that you can access all of our HME Insights webinars. I mentioned the reports webinar. This is where you would find that. You can watch it from your desktop. You can watch it from a tablet. There's anything from how to protect and maintain your equipment, and then also utilizing our text and connect feature, also how to set up Nitro leaderboard and gamification contests. There's a lot of different videos that you can watch that are pre-recorded, and you now have access to them. Going to go over some of the key takeaways today. So we've walked you through how to maintain your equipment, the do's and don'ts behind that, what to do if you need to troubleshoot your timer, a couple of different facts and information around factory warranty. Then Carino also walked you through how to print your RMA label from our website. Next, showed you how to shop for accessories on our portal. Also walked you through how to set up cloud access and those roles and permissions. And then lastly, walked you through all of our different training resources. We want to thank everybody who joined today. We hope that this webinar was informative for you. If you still need to reach out to our HME tech support team, you certainly can do so by contacting us at 800-848-4468 or through our email, support@hme.com. Be sure to check out our training portal for helpful videos and how-to guides. You can pick up any of those needed accessories at our HME store at store.hme.com. And stay tuned for our upcoming HME webinars for this year.